And Mr. Senate President is wearing two caps, his own cap, and of course, representing the father of the land, His Excellency, the Executive Governor, His Excellency, the President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, DCFR. For us today, history is being made as we join the rest of our professionals who together have been able to put what we are going to see as a milestone of Nigeria working. The efficiency of tax spending has always been a big global issue. Today, in our nation, we are applying it to the maintenance of infrastructural investments to preserve, maintain, and improve all of them put together. The results that we have is no one argues with results, especially measured with celebrating what we're celebrating today, ensuring that the infrastructure that has been put together is purposeful and useful. And because of this achievement, we're going to be very intent for the efforts that have been put into it and culminating into the output of all the deliveries that we shall see today. Evidence, I would say. A result-based action, result-oriented government or governance processes should always be celebrated and showcased, especially in the efficient application of tax breaks. And this is what today is demonstrating. Therefore, on behalf of all of us here, Your Excellencies all, the leaders, the traditional institution, can we please put our hands together, because Nigeria is working in the context of the renewed hope. I don't think that is loud enough. I thank you very much. And as we start this program in earnest, I'd like also to salute members of the vibrant Nigerian media who are here with us to ensure that this is beamed to every nook and cranny of Nigeria. So, who would welcome us? For the accounting officer of the Federal Ministry of Works, and I'm going to invite to the microphone the energetic Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Works, Dr. Yakubu Adam Goformata. May I please welcome you most humbly to address us. And can we please welcome the Permanent Secretary.
President and Commander-in-Chief, Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Jagaban of Nigeria, Baban Nigeria, and the father of modern Lagos, ably represented by our able distinguished Senator Abiodun, the President of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, sir. Please permit me to stand on existing protocol, sir. It is indeed an honor and a privilege for me to give an address on the occasion of the commissioning ceremony of the reconstruction and rehabilitation of the Apapa Orosheki Ojota Expressway and the rehabilitation of the third Mainland Bridge. Mr. President, sir, you may wish to recollect that you gave us a marching order through the Honorable Minister of Works, Dr. Engineer David Weze Umahi, that all federal roads in Nigeria must work. As it stands, Mr. President, you may wish to know that standards has been set and there is no going back on these standards. What we are witnessing today is Nigeria working under the renewed hope agenda of this administration. All these attributes are hinged on your foresight and determination to have a better working Nigeria where infrastructural facilities are functioning. I would like Nigeria and Nigerians to know that the culture of impunity is gone under this present administration. Likewise, the culture of doing business is dead. I would like to use this opportunity to report my honorable minister. I'm reporting him. Engineer Dr. David Umahi, in my presence, and this is not something that does not go out because he keeps quiet. So this is an opportunity to report him directly to you, Mr. President. On Abuja-Kano Road, in my presence, he renegotiated the price of that project and saved Nigeria 640 billion naira. And that is on one project, Abuja-Kano. On the second Niger Bridge, which I also happened to be there, he also renegotiated the price, phase 1 and phase 2, and the contractors agreed and saved Nigeria another 300 billion naira. On Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, phase 1 and phase 2, Mr. President, the same Umahi was able to save 250 billion naira to Nigeria, totaling 1.19 trillion naira under your able administration. And that is why I say Nigeria is working, the era of impunity is gone, the era of corruption is dead. Mr. President, thank you very much for having a minister in that ministry that knows what he's doing, an engineer with impeccable character. Thank you very much, Mr. President. All these things cannot be possible without the forthrightness of Mr. President. I wish to inform that Mr. President has directed that the Abuja-Kano Road must be completed in the next 1 year for the benefit of Nigeria applying that road. And we have taken the task, and we are assuring you, Mr. President, that Abuja-Kano Road must be completed and be working in the next 1 year. And likewise, other federal road projects across the country. I want to also inform that the Abuja, Kefi, Makodi, all to Mile 2 in Enugu is almost at the verge of completion. All in 1 year of this administration. May I please kindly request all of us to give outstanding ovation to Mr. President for his judgment, please. It is my prayer that God Almighty continue to enrich your wisdom, Mr. President, and strengthen you as you continue to lead us to the promised land. Thank you so very much for listening, and God bless Nigeria.
Yes, indeed. And thank you, the Permanent Secretary. Shall we please applaud him one more time? I think he spoke from his heart. At this moment, I'd like to call on His Excellency, the Lagos State Executive Governor, ably represented by the Deputy, to address us. Your Excellency.
Take care of it. The President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, ably represented here by the Senate President, His Excellency, Senator Godswill Akpabio. Thank you, sir. The Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives, thank you very much, sir. Members of the National Assembly that are here, governors of Kwara State, governor of Imo State, governor of Yobe, governor of Katsina, governor of Ondo State, and governor of Ogun State. Thank you very, very much, sirs. The Honorable Minister of Works, His Excellency Engineer Ngweze David Umahi, thank you very much. Members of Federal Executive Council that are here, the Honorable Minister for Finance, Honorable Minister for Economic Planning and Budget, and Honorable Minister for Blue Economy. Thank you very much, sirs. Service chiefs and senior military officers that are here. Alhaji Aliko Dangote, thank you very much for all you are doing for our country. Members of Lagos State Executive Council that are here. Our royal fathers, especially the Oba of Lagos, represented by Opelu of Lagos, and the national chairman of our great party, His Excellency Abdullahi Ganduje, and other national working committee members present here. Thank you very much. Head of federal agencies, directors, captains of industries, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for being here today. Those of us that live in Lagos, it's very nice to know the state of these roads that we were talking before. The Apapa Oworonshoki Ojota Road. It will take you, if you pray very well, 7 hours. A lot of companies, I'm not kidding. If you go there 2 years ago, about 20 companies actually moved from that axis because of the state of the road. The interesting one was a bank. They finished all the rehabilitation, they wanted to start, and they just left it. They never moved it. So the state of that road before the rehabilitation is just unimaginable. And I'm sure people have been seeing pictures, but it's difficult to even understand it looking at the pictures. It was very, very, very bad. So until that arrangement that allowed the Dangote industry and Hightech to come in and fix that road. So we are grateful to Mr. President, we are grateful to the Ministry of Works, we are grateful to Alhaji Aliko Dangote, and we are grateful to Hightech. The state of that road now, it takes you 1 hour 15 minutes, 1 hour 30 minutes instead of 7 hours. And of course, the third mainland bridge, we also know the state of that road, undulating, and a lot of people will probably not appreciate that there are two components of what happened. The subsoil was actually also fixed on the ground so that at least the bridge is stable, because the bridge is about almost 40 years old, and naturally it needs to be rehabilitated and be maintained. And people have said, well, what is this noise and big deal about Third Mainland Bridge or about Oworonshoki? The reality is that we have two ports that it's responsible for about 80% of our cargo in this country, the Apapa port and the Tinkan port. Therefore, taking off loads that go all the way to the east, to the Middle East, to the north, that road needs to be well fixed. So bringing all this together, we are very happy that all these roads have now been fixed. The Third Mainland Bridge, about 13 kilometers of it, with all the expansion joints. And we must thank the Honorable Minister. He was here. I saw him inspecting the expansion joint and saying, no, this is still bent, this is straight. The Honorable Minister, we are going to change it. And that is exactly what we did. So we are happy that Mr. President has put a great man in the Ministry of Works, an engineer of repute that understands the essence of construction. So we are very happy to be here to see what infrastructure development can do for our country. Our people are moving around the state very well. We just pray that we'll be able to do many others. People have told me to list other roads, but I know you are capable, so I won't list anything. I just wish you well, and I wish Mr. President well, and I thank everyone for coming here. This is important because people have said, why are you coming here? Journalists have called me to say it is important because we must celebrate whatever that is good. If we are very happy to criticize what is bad, then when something is good, we must do it. So we thank you, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Those who have executed it. We are moving on and we are going straight. Our traditional institution has and will remain the institution that has become a rallying point for our development in Nigeria. So on your behalf, I'd like to invite the Ojora of Ijora and Igbomo Kingdom, His Royal Highness Oba Abdul Fatai Aromire, who is here today, I'm sure to give blessings to this road that his subjects will continue to enjoy. Kabiosio, can we all welcome him royally as he makes his way to the podium. Thank you so much.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. His Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, ably represented by the Senate President, all other presidents, where on Wednesday, the negotiation and the other leaders and chiefs in Lagos State, we say a big thank you to Mr. President. We have seen, we have saw, we know what Lagos before. The road is bad. But today, we are happy in Lagos. Particularly we that live in Apapa, we know what the road, the damage would have done for us. But today, we can go freely anywhere in Lagos. And so to say this, not only Lagos State, the whole Nigeria, we have witnessed what's going on in Nigeria. We say a big thank you to Mr. President, the government team, with his family, his cabinet. What we do is to thank Dangote. It's my tenant. I really appreciate you, sir. Thank you, sir. The cabinet is wonderful. Thank you.
We thank your Royal Highness for that prayer and appreciation shown and made public for the construction and rehabilitation of these roads. At this moment, I'd like to invite the chairperson, CCCC. They are the contractors who actually worked on the 3rd Mainland Bridge. The chairperson of CCCC, okay, is coming up, and thank you very much.
Your Excellency, Senator President, Your Excellency, the Honorable Minister of Works, Senator David Umahi, Your Excellency, Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Hamzat, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the management of CCCC, I want to express our deep gratitude to His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for graciously making our time to attend the commission ceremony for the rehabilitation of the iconic Third Mainland Bridge. As we know, the Third Main Bridge is a vital link between the Lagos Island and mainland. Upon receiving the award letter, we immediately mobilized and worked day and night to minimize the traffic disruptions. Our willingness underscores our dedication to the project's success and confidence in our ability to deliver good results with quality and efficiency. As the guests may also know that CCCC has been operating in Nigeria since 1981, and we have contributed many projects ranging from railways, highways, airports, real estate to free trade zone to Nigeria's infrastructure development. As always, we are actively responding to and supporting to Mr. President's call for renewed hope for Nigeria, which has been instrumental in driving projects like this. Our gratitude also goes to the Honorable Minister, Senator Engineer David Uhama, for his proactivity, and the Governor and Deputy for your unwavering support. Furthermore, I want to thank the people of Lagos for their patience and support throughout this rehabilitation process. Let's celebrate this achievement as a symbol of our collective progress and determination. Together, we are building a bright, more connected future for Lagos and for Nigeria. CCCC is always ready to deliver more excellent projects, and we are eager to participate in more public infrastructure construction in this great land of Nigeria. All the best wishes to you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. At this moment, I'm going to call on our own that we're very proud of. His name is synonymous with development in the industrial sector, in the health sector, in food security, name it, that's what he stands for. And what gives us great pride is the fact he's a Nigerian product for Nigerians. On your behalf, Your Excellency's own very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, welcome with me, Aliko Dangote, DCON.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, Mr. President, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, ably represented by Your Excellency, the Senate President, Senator Godswill Akpabio, GCON, the Deputy Speaker, the Speaker, ably represented by the Deputy Speaker. He is also coming on his own, but you know he's representing the Speaker because the Speaker I think is in London. I will shorten this because of time. The host Governor of Lagos, ably represented by the Deputy Governor of Lagos, Excellency Chairman of Governors Forum, and all the governors that are here present with us, the chairman of the party APC, His Excellency Governor Ganduje, the Honorable Minister who is hosting us today, Honorable Minister of Works, His Excellency Deb Umahi, members of the National Assembly that are here with us, honorable ministers that are here with us, the management board of Dangote Group and also of Hightech that are here with us, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I want to stand on the existing protocol. I'm greatly honored and privileged to welcome you all to this auspicious ceremony for the commissioning of this very strategic national infrastructure. This infrastructure we started sometime, I think, beginning late December 2018, but then there were a couple of delays, of which we were given only Section 1 and Section 3, which is up to the toll gate. And then it was later the government realized that the Section 2 that was built by asphalt had actually totally collapsed. So when we were about finishing this one, then we were given the Section 2 to include in what we are doing. So that is why it took a very long time, because some people kept on asking me, but I thought this road was commissioned. No, it was never ever commissioned. Actually, it has never ever been visited by any government official apart from the former Minister of Finance and Minister of Finance, Hajia Zainab Ahmed. She was one that came on a visit just because there was so much of noise about the aspect of the road, whether yes, it's good to do concrete road or not good to do concrete road. And we took them, we gave an example of the road that was built in Ghana, that is between Accra and Tema. That road was built by Nkrumah, and the road is still there. And this same road, when the Honorable Minister visited, her special advisor said that no, we have to go and reduce the structure, the design of the road, because it's too much. An aircraft can actually land on the road, and that's the truth. So really, this occasion marks a significant step in the journey towards transforming Nigeria's infrastructure landscape. As we reflect on the progress of Apapa Isolo Oron-Shoki Road, we are excited at the significant impact that the road project has actually and will continue to have on the Nigerian industrial ecosystem. The Apapa Oron-Shoki Road is a critical artery that connects various markets to the Nigerian ports and other key economic centers. It is also a major exit route for export and non-oil goods from Nigeria. As you are aware, I don't know, people that used to live in Abuja, 70% of them actually checked out of Apapa. All the people that were living before in Apapa, because it used to take us 2 weeks to get into the port. I know His Excellency the Deputy Governor talked about several hours. That is on this Isolo Road. But if you go and check, majority of us actually lost almost our capital in trying to do our businesses. Unfortunately, the company like ours, we had most of our operations then in the port. And that one now, it was taking us 2 weeks. And that 2 weeks, we calculated either in 18 months or so, we lost over 60 billion naira in demurrage alone. So that's the reason why we pleaded with the government to come with a very creative decision for us to now go and do something. But as many of us will recall, for several years before the construction, because it's not really, it's reconstruction of the road. It's not refurbishment, it's reconstruction of the road. Commenced, I think we launched it in 2018, but there was a lot of delay, like what I just mentioned earlier on. So the Apapa Isolo Oron-Shoki Road was in an extreme poor and suboptimal state with several failed and collapsed sections and literally death traps. This severely hampered the evacuation of goods and restricted access to markets, paralyzing the shipping and manufacturing industries and disrupting supply chain across the entire economic landscape. The implication was that companies suffered increased logistics costs, which was ultimately passed on to the Nigerian consumer. But I think on our own, what we lost, we couldn't pass all of it to the consumer. We did, of course, some. For the average Nigerian, it also meant significant time lost commuting due to endless hours of traffic of up to 2 weeks to get into the port, and also to move around Apapa takes hours, which had a negative impact on the gross productivity and quality of life. This project is a great example of a positive impact that can be achieved when the public collaborates with the private sector, utilizing the visionary framework of the Executive Order 007, Road Infrastructure Development and Refurbishment Investment Tax Credit Scheme. The Dangote Group, as a participant, has been able to mobilize capital for the complete reconstruction of the entire 37 kilometers length of Apapa-Oron-Shoki Road and its expansion to 10 lanes. If you notice that we have 2 service lanes, 3 main lanes, then a divider, and almost 4 drainages on the road. So that actually makes this road a great road. And I'm sure when the Senate President will go and take off the flag on behalf of His Excellency the President, I would like you to look down, Your Excellency, and see the quality of what you have on the ground. So it will eliminate a lot of, because there's a lot of noise on this tax credit, concrete road, so I think it's better that we look at it, and time will tell. In the next 20 years, you'll come back by the grace of God and see that this road is still intact. So this innovative public-private partnership framework has enabled government to provide a vital infrastructure service without going through several budget cycles involving invariable delays in project delivery and inevitable cost escalations. The scheme also permits recouping of project costs at a modest return on investment by participating private partners, thus enabling government to deploy its resources to other uses while providing investment opportunities for the business partners. The Apapa-Oron-Shoki Road will be a catalyst for economic development, creating employment opportunities during and after construction. It has also permitted accumulation of experience in building concrete roads across Nigeria. Indeed, given huge cost savings achieved in this project vis-a-vis Nigerian road terrain, it is recommended that the Federal Ministry of Works give serious consideration to stipulating replacement of Nigeria's asphalt roads network with easier to build and maintain concrete roads with 100% local inputs. The road infrastructure projects are good for the economy. Roads provide access to local communities across the country, leading to increased trade, both domestic and international, allowing for the efficient operations of manufacturing, retail, labor, and housing markets with multiplier effects across other chains, including services and urban renewal. Concrete roads are by their very nature built to last and eliminate challenges of conventional asphalt roads projects. If you remember, 100% of asphalt that we use in Nigeria is being imported. It's not a local something. So anytime when there's escalation of exchange rate, contractors will come back for escalation, which is normal. So the road also adds an aesthetic appeal to the area, creating a more conducive environment for business activities. The Dangote Group consider it a great privilege to have the opportunity to partner with the federal government of Nigeria under your leadership, Mr. President, in these transformative efforts reaffirming our commitment to national development and prosperity. While we appreciate the opportunity to participate in this project, we recognize the need to improve the framework to allow its applications to the development of other infrastructure projects on a viable and sustainable basis. It is imperative that the scheme should be revisited to make it a more viable for the private participants. And that's why when you look at it, really, I think apart from us, Dangote, NNPC, Energy, I don't think if there's any private company that has started yet. There are a couple of companies that have actually signed, but when they go in, they will realize what is in it. As it now stands, the recovery of investment and the profitability of the projects are severely constrained by the current arrangement. In this case, I want to make it, I want to really people to know that we have so far been able to recover only 40% of what we have put in, 40% of the cost. That's what we have recovered so far from the tax scheme. 60% will take us up to 2027 before we recovered our money. So really, in essence, when you look at it, it is a CSR. Because when you look at the cost of funds, especially today, there is no way you will do and make money. But yes, even if we don't do the road, we'll end up paying demurrage, especially this road, we'll end up paying demurrage, which is more than the cost of the road. So we are so thankful to the government for allowing us to build the road. In conclusion, I wish to express our sincere appreciation to the federal government of Nigeria for creating this opportunity for a practical public-private partnership involvement in the provision of infrastructural services. We are particularly grateful to His Excellency, Mr. President, for the courageous and bold steps taken to confront head-on the seemingly intractable challenges that have actually impeded the growth of our economy. Definitely, any economy that does not have infrastructure, the growth of that economy will be very, very slow. So we thank Mr. President for focusing on infrastructure, especially roads. We commend your determined effort to create a business environment that will enable and encourage the private sector to effectively play its role as the engine of growth. We assure Your Excellency of our fullest support and commitment in the journey towards a $1 trillion economy. We will definitely do our own, and we assure you, Mr. President, we will get there if we are given the opportunity. All the businesses will definitely contribute to make sure that Nigeria gets to that $1 trillion mark. It is possible. When myself, I think during President Obasanjo, we went to Vietnam. Actually, the hotel in Vietnam was actually, I couldn't sleep. It was full of mosquitoes. But yesterday, I was discussing with the president of ADB Bank, and he told me that yes, the government of Vietnam announced that their export of last year was actually $208 billion, of which majority of it was food. And I think that's the kind of focus that we should give as a country. I must also extend our deep appreciation to His Excellency, the Governor of Lagos, and the good people of Lagos State for their patience and forbearance during the construction period. Your Excellency, Deputy Governor, please convey our thanks to His Excellency. I wish to also thank the Honorable Minister of Works and the management and staff of the Federal Ministry of Works for their courteous cooperation. I know that the best time to get the minister and his team is on Saturday or Sunday going on inspection. So I don't really look for him in his office. I go and try and check him on the road on weekends to see whether he's there. So I must also thank the chairman and the vice chairman of Hightech, Mr. Gilbert Shoguri and Roland Shoguri, for the excellent construction which has actually made this road the best road infrastructure in Africa. In closing, I want to thank the board and management and staff of Dangote Industries Limited, especially Mr. DVG Edwin, Mr. Alake, Engineer Awolu, and the rest of our staff. I want to thank you all for honoring us to come down to look for yourselves the road. I'm not really bothered about even the commission, but I want all the dignitaries to look down and see the quality of road that we have here. Thank you very much.
Can we please put our hands together for him? That's not enough. I like the confidence that he exuded, and more than anything else, the fact that this is made by Nigerians, for Nigerians, and the sustainability of it is what he has assured us. Thank you very much, Brother Aliko Dangote. This is what we expect. Like General Basanjo will say, give me 10 Aliko Dangotes and I'll move the country. So we're moving on. And we can actually use this to introduce the next speaker, who is, I call him Mr. Walk the Talk. He talks about it, he goes to see the construction, and he makes it work. And this can happen. It can be the benchmark for every minister that our president has so put together. Go to finance is the same, go to health, go to blue economy, and let's come back to where we are, works. I'd like to invite the former governor of Ebonyi State, who did the wonders that we are all part of, we can witness today. Today is the Honorable Minister of Works, His Excellency Senator Engineer Dr. Uweze David Umahi, FNSE, FNAT, CON, the man who manages it himself. Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, dear President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, JCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, here represented by my brother and leader and in-law, His Excellency, the President of Senate, Senator Koswe Akpabio. Let me recognize the Deputy Speaker, who is both representing the Speaker and of course himself too, having been invited. Your Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, a dear host and a very good host, here represented by my colleague, the engineer, the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Your Excellency, the National Chairman of our party, our dear Excellency Ganduje. We also have the Chairman of Governors Forum here, the Chairman of APC Governors Forum, my former Chairman of APC, who is the Governor of Yobe State, my brother, the Governor of Katsina State, my brother, the Governor of Ondo State, my brother and leader, the Governor of Ogun State, Your Excellency, the Governor of Sokoto State, the Chairman of Aliko Dangote Group of Companies, my Permanent Secretary, the Honorable Ministers, not in any particular order, especially the Minister for Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, and Minister of Budget and National Planning, and the FCT Minister, yeah, the Chairman of CCCC, and the National Assembly members, the SSA to Mr. President, my dear brothers and sisters, pardon me if I've missed the protocol. Let me first thank Mr. President for finding it convenient to be in Lagos to do a number of road commissioning and also flag off of a number of his legacy projects. I'm sorry, dear senators are here, especially senators from Lagos and the leader of the House of Representatives. Sorry for the mix-up. Let me announce that because we have another function also very important at the Ahmad Bello Way, Mr. President decided to split the function so that the Senate President will do the function of physically commissioning this completed Apapa Oworo-Shoki to Ojota Road, which is 36 kilometers by 10 lanes, and then also virtually commission the rehabilitated Mainland bridge with additional bridge architecture that are also deployed. Let me say that the Apapa Oworo-Shoki to Ojota Road with concrete pavement was started by the administration of President Buhari, and they completed in 2024 under the renewed Hope Agenda administration using the road tax credit. I will not go into the merits of this road, but I was in Lagos. I'm also in elevation, and I can't describe the state of the road before this reconstruction better than what Alhaji Aliko did, and of course the Deputy Governor of Lagos State. But I know I was once trapped in that hold up for more than 8 hours. 8 hours, no movement. And that was a very terrible moment because we were all trying to go and catch a flight. And you can imagine the loss, but that loss cannot be compared to what Aliko lost by the reason of that bad road. And so today, we have not just a reconstructed road, but we have a road built on concrete, reinforced concrete. And I want Nigerians to take that technology. It's not just a main road, it's a road that is built to last for more than 50 to 100 years. And if you look at the road, I'm not sure that you admit any kind of asphalt works in your place, because you cannot be sure on the durability of the asphalt road. And so we are celebrating that road today because it was well done and because a new technology that is very suitable to our environment has been introduced. One thing that we don't also know is that we are bound to earn a lot of tax credit because the rate of heat emission by the reason of the use of concrete road is quite very low compared to that asphalt. And the climate change policy is such that we earn tax credits by the reason of that. There are so many advantages on the use of concrete. But the truth is that when we came on board, the cost of bitumen, which is used in making asphalt, was 650,000. As of January this year, it rose to 1.1 million per ton. As at yesterday, it rose to 1.4 million per ton. And of course, Alhaji Aliko said it's normal to come for variation, but it's not normal for Ministry of Works. So for us, it's a fight. And that's why we want our contractors to migrate to concrete road technology, which they have been fighting, but they have also not agreed that they will not be coming for variation, which is a huge problem for us. So today, the Apapa Oworo-Shoki Ojota is fully completed, and we also deployed solar light, which is another milestone in claiming tax credit. And so we're very happy, and we commend Mr. President. Let me say something, that the concrete technology did not start in my state, but I can say that our state was the first in 1950 to do concrete road at the famous Niger Sea. But the person that brought concrete road to bear is still President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. When he used that technology, many of us do not know that interlocking concrete ties is also another form of concrete road. And he deployed it massively. A lot of them are still there even when he has left office, in all the VI roads. And this is very wonderful to know. So let me commend the Dangote group very, very highly. I don't want to go into the politics of tax credits, but I believe in tax credits. And I'm happy that our two headmasters are here, the Minister for Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy and Budget Planning. I saw them clapping, which means that they are bought into the concrete road tax credits. I'm very happy to see that. And I insist that we have to run the numbers, and so that we can publicly debate the merits and demerits of road tax credits, if it has to be done and done properly like we did here. And I must commend the Hightech company for a very beautiful job. I think they should be, no any other one can compete when it comes to reinforced concrete technology. And so the partnership with Aliko Dangote, where all the cements are supplied, I saw them at the coastal road. We're going to talk about it. We designed for 275 millimeter thick, but are doing for 285. I told them I would not pay for the extra, but I think it's because Aliko is supplying all the cement. That's why they are giving us extra. So I want to thank them too much and very highly for their commitment in development of this country. And to the third mainland bridge, which we are going to commission virtually, it's not just a rehabilitation. We did quite more than rehabilitation. All the expansion joints had given way, and they transmitted load directly to the bearing, and the bearing under now gave way. So, and the giving way of the bearing was that some of the sections, the slabs deflected. We will come to that. And so we had to replace all the expansion joints like the Deputy Governor of Lagos noted. And we also noticed that over the years, that project was initiated and started by the Shehu Shagari administration in 1976. And then the last section completed by the Babangida administration in 1980. And 34 years running, all the maintenance given to that bridge is only on the surface. And what kind of surface was being done is to load, asphalt on top of the existing asphalt. And that created a lot of super elevation and a lot of potholes on the bridge, resulting to also increase deflection. Today, we had to mill out the entire dead load of it, which is between 6 inches and 12 inches. We milled them completely out with the ingenuity of CCCC. And I'm sure they're very happy, but it was worth for them to start without money. But today they're happy because of the good job they did. And so we removed the dead load. And that bridge was designed to have 2 inches dead load of asphalt, and that's what we deployed. And then we changed all the expansion joints, and then we also deployed solar lights. We repainted and we marked, and we also put exotic lights on the floor, so that when you pass there in the night, you can breathe very well. But that is just the first phase of that job. Let me say that 2 months ago, I went through the underwater with the coordinating minister of the economy, and he was shocked to see the level of deterioration of the infrastructure of the Mainland Bridge below the water or below the deck. And of course, the segments that deteriorated are the pie caps, the piers, and then the pies underwater. And I'm happy to announce that Mr. President, as the chairman of FEC, banned nationwide of excavation of sand or mining of sand 10 kilometers downstream of any bridge and the upstream of any bridge. So if you are going to excavate for any sand, it has to be 10 kilometers away. Because when you do that excavation, maybe in 5 kilometers, there is undercurrent movement that tends to take sand, because all our pies, within these bridges are done through skin friction piling. And so the more you excavate the sand, the more the sand, the piles, get weaker. And so we'll be coming to do that. We've deployed the Sesecon of Isecon in Italy and Julius Berger. Berger is presently working 65 billion contracts to remedy the pile caps and the piers, and both for Kata Bridge, Ido Bridge, and Mainland Bridge. We're also working in Murtala Mohammed Bridge and a couple of other bridges to check the integrity of the bridges. But definitely, Kata Bridge, Murtala Mohammed Bridge, and Mainland Bridge, they need very urgent attention. And I'm happy that the Planning Minister is here, Minister of Finance is here, and to cap it up, the Chief of the National Assembly is also here. So I am also using the opportunity to report that urgent attention is very much needed. So it's my pleasure, Mr. President. Why invite you? But let me thank you very, very much. I find it very easy, together with my PAN Secretary and staff of Ministry of Works, to initiate a number of policies that are driving the Ministry of Works so that we can have value for our money, and then also ensure that contractors, will stop playing with us. It takes for us to give this fight, because you have given us all the support, because we are passing through the train that you have passed through. And so it's very easy. You understand the language that we. So it's my pleasure to thank you for finding it convenient to be here and represented by the Senate President. And I humbly invite you, Mr. Representative of the President, to deliver your speech, and then we step out there to commission the roads built on concrete, and then virtually commission the rehabilitated Mainland Bridge. Let me also announce that all the dignitaries here are invited. We will start the flag off of the legacy project of Mr. President by 3:30 at Ahmadu Bello Way. And please, you are all invited and to be seated about 3:30. Mr. President, you are invited. Thank you very much.
Please be seated. Your Excellency, the Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives, representing the Speaker, our dear brother Tajuddin Abbas, and also here in person, representing His Excellency, the Deputy Speaker, Ben Kalu. Your Excellencies, one, the Chairman of Nigeria Governors Forum and the Governor of Kwara State, the Chairman of APC Governors Forum and Governor of Imo State, the former Chairman of our party and Governor of Yobe State, the Governor of Sokoto State, the Governor of Ondo State, and the Governor of my sister state to Lagos, for Abiodun, the Governor of Ogun State, of course, the Deputy Governor of Lagos, representing His Excellency Sanwo-Olu, and also here in person, Your Excellencies, the distinguished senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Mr. President Senator, the other Senator Abiodun, members of the National, and of course the chairman of our great party, Governor Ganduje. I'm sure you are very proud of the work being done by your government, the APC government in Nigeria. The other governors who are represented here, my brother, the former Prime Minister of Guinea-Bissau and his delegation, the leader of the House, and of course the leaders of the National Assembly in general, the honorable ministers, starting with the coordinating minister of the economy and Minister of Finance, Abiodun, and of course my brother, the Minister of Blue Economy, the Minister of National Planning, the Minister of Special Duties, and of course the baby of the administration. And we decided to loan him from the National Assembly, from the Senate, to go and represent us, and he's representing us well. Governor Uzodinma, doing what he knows how to do best. Infrastructure, infrastructure, infrastructure. The other ministers, the man that I refer to as Mr. Hope, the man that to the private sector in Africa, the #1 private sector man in Africa, Aliko Dangote, you are #1 in the whole of Africa. Even this initiative came because of your suffering. That is why this initiative came, this public-private partnership that has worked and produced results today. May Almighty Allah continue to keep you and protect you for us. Amen. Your Royal Majesties, the KBSs who are here in their numbers, the White Cap chiefs of Lagos and beyond, the other ministers of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, distinguished invited guests, and of course the technology giants, Dangote Group, as well as Hightech, and of course CCCC Construction Company, and all others. It's a great privilege for me to be here today to witness this momentous occasion, an occasion of what I may regard as a drive-thru. Some people may not want us to use the word commissioning, as the Deputy Governor of Lagos State pointed out. So I'd rather say the drive-thru of the completed public-private partnership, reconstructed, reinforced, and very well done road, all the way from Apapa through Shodi, through Wurushigi Expressway, and of course the rehabilitated Third Mainland Bridge, with all the engineering language used by the Minister of Works. This for me is a great feat by any standards. Yes, from here we will join Mr. President as he flags off the coastal route, about 700 kilometers, all the way from Lagos through to Calabar, all for Nigeria. And also the other roads that we are going to commission virtually. So let me start by congratulating the Ministry of Works under my brother Dave Umahi for doing a very difficult job well. Congratulations. I listened to the things you said about the amount of work, the inches of asphalt, the inches of cement, the concrete drains, and everything. And I will listen to the fact that this project started way back in 2018. But of course, slowly by slowly, it is completed under the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I thought we should clap for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It is not only in Lagos that these things are happening. I just came from Abuja, and of course when I passed through Abuja, my senators who are here, Senator Abiodun and others, even the Benson, House of Reps and Wahab, you would be surprised when you go back to Abuja. As you are entering from the villa, going into Asokoro, you see where they used to call AYA. You will not recognize it. The flyover there is totally completed and ready for commissioning. It's amazing the amount of work also being done in that direction. So this is a government that promised Nigeria the renewal of hope. And that is what we are witnessing today. Hope renewed. not just for Lagos, but for the whole of this country. It will interest some of those who are not from Lagos to know that Lagos is a cradle of the entirety of all the tribes of Nigeria. In Lagos, there is no tribe that is not represented here. And Lagos is not only wealth, Lagos is also the seat of major empowerment. Lagos is also the only city in the whole of West Africa that any child that comes from anywhere is sure to have employment opportunities. Many of us here came from Lagos. Lagos welcomes all of us, and Lagos must not be neglected. So I want to thank Aliko Dangote and Hightech for the fact that they took up this job. It's not just because the government was willing to partner with the private sector. It is the fact that they were willing to take on the job and also bring one of the best construction companies that we can also say is local in nature, high-tech, and they have done such a wonderful job. So I will say congratulations to all of us. Mr. President is very pleased, and he is happy that the Senate President with all the governors seated here are going to undertake a drive-thru. We are going to undertake a major drive-thru of this expressway. I also have personal experience of this Apapa Oshodi Uworonchoge. I had been hours. So what I'm saying now is like the 10th wonder of the world. So we must congratulate ourselves as Nigerians. Then the third mainland bridge is brimming. I listened to the minister. It is now that I can understand actually the nature of work being done there. From not just the aspect of the asphalt, not but the major concrete work as well as the iron work, the rods under the ground that you had to do in order to protect that bridge for the next 50 years. So I will say congratulations to the ministry. Nothing to add than to say yes, this is just the beginning of the renewed hope agenda of Mr. President. And I must thank the governors for keying into the President's agenda. Almost all the APC governors are performing wonders in their various states with meager resources. So I must thank them. They are here and they will invite us one after the other to come down to their states and also commission projects. So the chairman of APC, you must be very proud of your team, both at the national level and also at the subnational levels. So ladies and gentlemen, it is therefore a great privilege for me as the chairman of the National Assembly to now move forward, unveil the plaque, and then take all the dignitaries along, and then undertake the major drive-thru of this fantastic completed project. It is also historic that it is under the former governor of Lagos State, the man that started and laid the foundation for major infrastructure of Lagos, as president of Nigeria, that these projects, not just one, are completed. And shortly after this, we'll move over together to go and also do the ground-breaking ceremony for the major, in fact, never seen in Africa, another set of to 10 coastal road project that will go round the coastal communities and give opportunity for the roads that we have done now to rest from major widths. Because a lot of people are going to take that side, they will not traffic nothing, and then the cities will now be reduced in terms of traffic flow. So congratulations to the Ministry of Works. Governor Mai, you've done well. So sorry, Minister Mai, you've done very well. No longer Governor Mai. And then the people of Lagos, I must thank you for the cooperation, because if we're disturbing the contractors, what we are seeing here today will not happen. Therefore, on behalf of the federal government of Nigeria, I want to now invite all of us to go over to unveil the plaque and commence the drive-thru of this project. In the name of Almighty God. Can we say amen?
Very, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our royal fathers. May I please request that you make way for our royal fathers to be part of this ceremony. Please make way for our royal fathers to be part of this ceremony. We thank you all. The rest of us will remain here. This is carried out outside.
The distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the federal government of Nigeria, it's a great privilege to unveil this plaque signaling the major commencement of this reconstruction that has been completed. Federal Ministry of Works reconstructed Apapa Oworoshoki Ojota Expressway, Lagos, today by His Excellency, the President of our dear country, represented by the Senate President and all the dignitaries here, to undertake the walkthrough of both the Oshodi Apapa Oworoshoki Road and also virtually commissioned the completed and rehabilitated Third Mainland Bridge. We do so to the glory of God and for the benefit of mankind. And in line with the agenda of Mr. President, the renewed hope. This will give hope to Nigerians, reducing stress and improving the lot and the economic fortunes of our people. In the name of Almighty God. Can I say inshallah?
We have bus for some dignitaries, we pass through here and get over to the other lane. So those who would like to join us in the bus can please come over. We drive to the Coastal Road. Thank you.
I welcome you.
It's Maestro on the beat, baby.
Tẹ́lẹ̀ nínú orin tó ré kọjá ẹni Ọlọ́run fẹ́ lọ́mọ èèyàn fẹ́ ẹ máa yọ́nú sí mi sọ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ nínú orin tó dé kọjá. Ẹni Ọlọ́run fẹ́ lọ́mọ èèyàn fẹ́.
Governors are coming in. Let me welcome His Excellency the Governor of Kwara State and the Chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum. I'd like to welcome His Excellency Abdurrahman Abdulrazak, Governor of Kwara State. Also here is His Excellency the Governor of Ogun State, His Excellency Mr. Abiodun. I welcome you, Your Excellency.
It's Maestro on the beat, baby.
Sọ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ nínú orin tó dé kọjá. Ẹni Ọlọ́run fẹ́ lọ́mọ èèyàn fẹ́. Ẹ máa yọ́nú sí mi. Àgbàtọ̀mọdé ẹ máa yọ́nú sí mi o. Ọkùnrin tóbìnrin ẹ yọ́nú sí mi. Ẹni bá yọ́nú sí mi. Ṣọ́jú ìyọ́nú Ọlọ́run ọba. Ìyọ́nú Ọlọ́run ọba. Ìyọ́nú Ọlọ́run ọba. Ìyọ́nú Ọlọ́run ọba. Ìyọ́nú Ọlọ́run ọba òun lẹ́ máa rí. Mo ní ẹ̀ máa yọ́nú sí mi. Ọkùnrin ẹ̀ yọ́nú sí mi. Obìnrin ẹ̀.
I'd like to also welcome here His Excellency the Executive Governor of Sokoto State, Alhaji Ahmad Aliu. Your Excellency, I welcome you.
Bongo ìdílé Jésè adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Àánú mo gbà adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Ọlọ́run gbogbo fọ́lẹ̀ o adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Ọlọ́run gbogbo fọ́lẹ̀ adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Kì í ṣe kẹ́yẹ adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Kí máa tẹ iṣẹ́ kẹ́yẹ adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Ọmọ Síkírù Àyìndé Barrister adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Síkírù Àyìndé mo ń tẹ́ṣẹ́ tó rán mi o adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Lórí eré fújì adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Kò dẹ̀ ní bàjẹ́ ọlọ́run adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Mo dúpẹ́ orí mi adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Mo máa dúpẹ́ orí mi.
Òyìnbó, Èkó ló wá òyìnbó, òyìnbó, why you speaking òyìnbó, òyìnbó, you dey Lagos òyìnbó, if I carry you go banana my guy, you go love Lagos o. If I carry you go to Elegushi, you go love Lagos o. If I carry you go Niru my. Lagos o. Oyinbo, Èkó ló wá Oyinbo. Oyinbo, why you speaking Oyinbo? Oyinbo, you dey Lagos Oyinbo. If I carry you go Ikeja my guy, you go love Lagos yo. If I carry you go Badagry my guy, you go love Lagos yo. If I carry you go to Lagos Island, you go love Lagos yo. Ele jaba, ele tiko, ele bàjẹ́ náà. Central of excellence lẹ́wà in case you don't know. Mi jayé, mi malé, mi jayé, mi bẹ́lẹ̀, mi jayé. Káàkiri tó bá sún mi máa lọlé. Riding through my city, hustle in my city, made it in my city. God bless my city. Oyinbo, Èkó ló wá Oyinbo. Oyinbo, why you speaking Oyinbo? Oyinbo, you dey Lagos Oyinbo. If I carry you go better, you go love Lagos.
I'd also like to welcome here the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Benjamin Kalu is also here with us. I welcome you. His Excellency, the President is here. So can we take our seats, please? Can we take our seats, please? As I welcome here, Honorable Jimmy Benson, Ikorodu Federal Constituency is here with us. I welcome you. His Excellency, the President is here. Let's just settle down. His Excellency the President is here. Let's just settle down, please.
See as we day like this sunrise, I will never leave your side. I will never, I dedicate my time to you, my guy. I don't need the rubbing of my own mind, 'cause you be my G for life. See as we day like this sunrise, I will never leave your side. I will never, I dedicate my time to you, my guy. I don't need the rubbing of my own mind, 'cause you be my G for life.
As I never see you online, they worry me and they give me consign. Yeah, I'll be ringing on your cellular. Where you at? But enough you set it down. Yeah, I'm hoping you're okay. We got to party tonight. Many just stay for mine. Yeah, me and you, they like they're not my guy. Don't jazzy, my guy.
Ike, the details of Governor of Imo State. Your attention is needed now. Ike.
So I call your name and I ask me, that guy is my guy. Jerry's not my guy, not my guy. MK and
Would like to welcome His Excellency, the President of the Senate and Chairman of the National Assembly, His Excellency Godswill Obotakpabio. I welcome you.
D7 is my guy. You be my G, be my G.
Yeah, I'm feeling good tonight. 'Cause I did here with my guys. I got plenty for my mind, but right now I'm with my guy. I know the guy that got my back. So you don't see my progression. I call out big combination. Study inspiration. I'm on drive concentration. When my guys can roll over, far energy, far away. Thank God for my music.
You want our benefit shut out. Anyway, you want our benefit shut out. Anyway,
I'd like to welcome here His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, His Excellency Dr. Femi Hamzat is here with us. I welcome you, Your Excellency. I'd like to welcome the representative of the Oba of Lagos, Chief Okwaluwa Onijo of Lagos. I welcome you.
nìkan ṣọ̀tá o ẹni méjì. Ó ti dá mi lójú pé ẹni ìbínú wa ìbínú kò síbi àdúgbò tó bá rògbò síbi àdúgbò èmi kan lù síbi àdúgbò tó bá kan lù síbi àdúgbò èmi mọ̀ràn tó máa bá a.
It's Maestro on the beat, baby.
Àìdíọ̀kùn bẹ́yọ̀ bá ń yẹlẹ̀ ẹ̀dá ohun burúkú a máa yọ ọdún wọn ṣe ni. Mo ti sọ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ nínú orin tó lé kọjá. Ẹni ọlọ́run fẹ́ lọ ọmọ èèyàn fẹ́. Ẹ máa yọ́nú sí mi. Àgbàtọ̀mọdé ẹ máa yọ́nú sí mi o. Ọkùnrin tóbìnrin ẹ yọ́nú sí mi. Ẹni bá yọ́nú sí mi. Ṣọ́ọ̀jù ìyọ́nú ọlọ́run ọba. 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 Òun lẹ́ máa rí. Mo ní ẹ máa yọ́nú sí mi. Ọkùnrin ẹ yọ́nú sí mi. Obìnrin ẹ yọ́nú sí mi. Gbogbo ẹni bá yọ́nú sí mi o. Ó ṣọ́jú ìyọ́nú ọlọ́run ọba. 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 Òun lẹ́ máa rí. Àánú mo rí gbà adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Àánú mo rí gbà adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Èmi jáyé orí mi adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Kì í jẹ́ ṣé mi mọ̀ ọ́n ṣe adé orí ọ̀gbìn. Àìdíọ̀kùn bẹ́yọ̀ bá ń yẹlẹ̀ ẹ̀dá ohun burúkú a máa yọ ọdún wọn ṣe ni. Mo ti sọ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ nínú orin tó lé kọjá. Ẹni ọlọ́run fẹ́ lọ ọmọ èèyàn fẹ́. Ẹ máa yọ́nú sí mi. Àgbàtọ̀mọdé ẹ máa yọ́nú sí mi o. Ọkùnrin tóbìnrin ẹ yọ́nú sí mi. Ẹni bá yọ́nú sí mi. Ṣọ́ọ̀jù ìyọ́nú ọlọ́run ọba. 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 Òun lẹ́ máa rí.
Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The national anthem, please. Standing, we'll take the national pledge as our commitment to nation and to God. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, to defend her unity, and uphold and honor and glory. So help me God. Let's be seated, please. Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, the President of the Senate, His Excellency Godswill Obotakpabio, the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Benjamin Kalu, His Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, His Excellency Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu. Let me welcome here His Excellency, the Governor of Kwara State and the Chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum, His Excellency Abdurrahman Abdulrazak. I'd like to specially welcome all the governors that are here from Imo State, Sokoto, Yobe, Katsina, Ogun State, and Ondo State. The deputy governors that are here from Lagos, from Kogi, from Ebonyi. Let me welcome here the chairman of APC, His Excellency Dr. Umaru Ganduje. Elijah Aliko Dangote is here with us. I welcome you. All the members from the National Assembly, all the ministers that are here. Let me specifically welcome the Honorable Minister of Works, Senator Engineer Dr. Dave Umahi. Let me welcome the Chief of Staff to the President, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila. I'd like to welcome the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Works and other Permanent Secretaries here, our Royal Fathers, Development Partners, Diplomatic Corps, the Managing Director and Management Chairman of Hightech Construction Limited, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, Mr. President, thank you for stopping the bleeding and pointing the nation the direction of prosperity. And so, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is with pleasure that I welcome all of you to the official presidential flag-off of the construction of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, a flagship project of the Renewed Hope Agenda. And also today we'll be having a virtual flag-off of over 330 roads and bridges equitably distributed along the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. For all experts, they all agree that roads are the arteries through which any economy pulses, linking producers to markets, workers to jobs, students to school, and the sick to hospital. And in just 1 year, Mr. President's Renewed Hope Agenda is decorating the Nigerian landscape with economy aiding roads and bridges. And the king of them all is this one, the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, covering 8 states, stretching over 700 kilometers, with 10 lanes of exceptional engineering. Your Excellencies, I welcome you as Nigeria joins a few nations that has this rare infrastructure. Your Excellencies, to kick us off, let me welcome the Permanent Secretary of the Federal Ministry of Works, Yakubu Adam Afarmata, PhD.
President, Commander-in-Chief of Nigerian Armed Forces, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Jagaban of Nigeria, the modern father, the father of modern Lagos, and Baban Nigeria. Sir, please, with your permission, may I stand on other protocols? Thank you, Mr. President, sir. It is indeed an honor and privilege for me to give this an address on the occasion of the flag off of this coastal highway that will traverse from Lagos to Calabar, covering several states on the way up to 700 kilometers. Mr. President, sir, this would not have been possible without your doggedness and support. Along the way, we in the ministry have encountered several problems, and our Commander-in-Chief was always there leading, giving us the go-ahead. Sir, permit me to, in your presence, for the second time, report the Honorable Minister of Works to you. During several projects that started before your administration, sir, so many roads were built at a very terribly higher cost. With the coming of Umahi, the so-called internationally acclaimed companies were put to test by engineer Dr. Umahi, culminating into savings of over 1.19 trillion naira on 3 projects alone. And believe you me, this wouldn't have been possible without the approval of Mr. President. I know what transpired, and it is still happening. More are coming. Nigeria is working. The renewed hope agenda must succeed because we have the backing and support of you, Mr. President. Thank you very much, sir, for that support. Mr. President, sir, you have set a standard. And believe you me, we are on our toes. We must ensure that Nigeria work. It must work. And we are giving you 101% assurance that we will do everything possible within our power for Nigeria to work, for Nigerians to benefit and reap the dividend of democracy, sir. This coastal highway did not start during this administration. I just want to give you a brief history. There was a dream over 25 years ago. A visionary leader had a dream, and that dream was for this coastal road starting from Lagos. And that intelligent and visionary leader was no one but our president when he was governor of Lagos State. When it started, there were so many problems between the governors from the south up to southeast. And he was a governor. But now, he is our president and commander-in-chief. And that dream has come to fruition. Please, may I request that we give him a resounding applause for that. Some of our political detractors using politics have come to speak about due processes not followed in the award of this contract. And I stand here before you to tell Nigerians, nothing in the ministry that we did not do in accordance with due process. First of all, it may interest you to know that this company, Hightech, is a Nigerian company owned by and shareholders are Nigerians like you and I. So I don't know why people will wish that we give it to foreign companies. It may interest you to know as well that Bodoboni is being constructed or it has started for a long period of time by a foreign company, and per kilometer Nigeria is paying 6.4 billion naira. This Hightech, using concrete technology, are going to build Lagos Calabar at 4 billion naira, and yet our detractors are shouting. Let me state it here. Mr. President has given us a marching order. We are a moving train, fast moving train that is speeding at 1,000 kilometers per hour. Anybody that stop on our way is gone. Mr. President, I assure you of that. Our Commander-in-Chief has also directed, when we plug this Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway, under his leadership at the Federal Executive Council, he has given approval that we immediately start all the designs. We have gotten approval that we begin a road of 1,000 kilometers from Sokoto to Badagry here in the northern part of Nigeria. Not only that, I want Nigerians to know, Mr. President is a president of Nigeria. This project is not in Southwest alone. In fact, last week he has approved in writing that Mrs. Dangote must go back and finish Abuja, Kaduna using concrete technology. In writing he has approved. So we thank you very much, Mr. President, for that approval. It did not stop there. The Trans-Saharan Road that starts from all the way from southeast to Abuja is also on course, and it will connect up to this coastal highway. So, Mr. President is working. Please, even if you don't like his face, if you don't like him, always stand by the truth. I beg you, Nigerians, we as civil servants, we are not bothered. We are going to work in accordance with the renewed hope agenda of this administration, and inshallah, we are going to succeed. It is my prayer that God Almighty continue to enrich your wisdom, sir, strengthen you, give you more health so that you continue to lead us to the promised land. Thank you so very much. God bless you all, and God bless Nigeria.
You can almost touch his passion, you know. But he has done so well by just recognizing the president and moving on with the rest of the protocol, which should be the template for every other speaker as we come here. Honorable Pamsek, thank you very much. We appreciate you. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, next to speak to us is not just the governor here, who is also used to doing projects that touch people's lives in Lagos, but he's also a man that understands what they are doing, being a surveyor and a man that is an expert in geoinformatics. For surveyors, they understand construction, grading, and everything. So they need to test the soil before the engineers come to us. So he understands. So let me welcome here His Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State. Please welcome His Excellency Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, my father, my leader, let me adopt the well-established protocol as further instructed by the MC, but especially let me acknowledge all our traditional institutions that are here. Your Excellency, let me, on behalf of the over 20 million Lagosians, once again, welcome you to the Center of Excellence. Let me welcome you to the state of aquatic splendor. Let me welcome you to the commercial economic nerve center of our country. Let me welcome you, coincidentally now, to the political center of our country. Because, Mr. President, you know too well that this is your state. We have handed you over to Nigeria to superintend and to govern this state and this country at this time. And so I want to welcome you once again. And I want to say that indeed, it's an honor that now that you are our president, that we can see monumental things happening in the country as you have done in this dear state. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I was privileged a couple of minutes ago to have been in the same car with Mr. President, and it brought back a lot of nostalgic feeling. The moment we got to the end of Ahmadu Bello Way and we were driving into this stretch of a brand new Lagos, Nigeria development, it brought back the memory of what our Victoria Island was like when Mr. President was the governor of the state. And I know that as I sat beside him, he also saw that indeed some of his decisions, his bold, audacious decisions, is coming to reality. And he looked back and he looked at me and said, this is Lagos. I said, yes, it's really, really looking beautiful. This is not just, this is a development that is happening right in your time, in your very eyes. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I stand here truly proud as a man that is seeing this transformation going on. But the beauty of this is not only in Lagos, because this road goes and traverses Ogun State, goes into Ondo State, get into Edo State, traverse Delta State, get into River State, get into Bayelsa State, get into Akwa Ibom State, before he finally do a bus stop at Cross River State. Mr. President, you deserve a big round of applause. This is not about you. This is not about your renewed hope. This is about the generational change that you're doing. This is about writing the future that we all dream about in an era where it's coming to reality. Not only will this development change the commercial economic handshake that all of these states that I've mentioned, but it is going to bring about new conversations on opportunity of tourism. These are the things we see in other developed nations of the world, where oceans of this size, transformational development of this size, do the handshake that brings about goods, economic development, and change of lifestyle. Mr. President, I have no time today. I have seen, and Lagosians have seen, and all of these states that I've mentioned are indeed waiting. And I want to thank you, sir. I want to thank you. I want to thank your bold, audacious step. I want to thank all of your cabinet for working with you and agreeing to take this project at this time. And therefore, Mr. President, I can only pray and wish that as you have started this, we will see to a logical conclusion. Not only will Lagos begin to breathe, because we have a deep seaport that this is going to, we can begin to see economic activity, and you can begin to see that journeys that hitherto will take long hours, we can handshake within a couple of hours and minutes. I want to stand here truly proud as a Lagosian, as one of your sons, to say that indeed you are doing well and want to thank God for your life. And so therefore, on behalf of all my Lagosians, my uncles are there, my Alhaji is here, my traditional rulers are here, and everybody that is of good conscience, we want to congratulate you, we want to thank you immensely. And you can see the turnout of my colleagues also. We want to thank you, we want to say that we are with you. And indeed, within your first 1 year, we're beginning to see that you are a man that does not talk, or you have the right sense of mind and the purpose to take on transformational projects, to take on decisions that not only will transform life, but that will make life meaningful for all of us and the generations that are coming behind you. Thank you very much, Mr. President, and want to thank the Honorable Minister and his entire team. I want to thank our contractor that indeed Nigerians are watching and we are waiting, and we know that you are going to do the right for us. Thank you very much, and it's been an honor to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker is a reflection of our times, where intellectuals are occupying palaces. He is a botanist. He has expertise in violence, conflict resolution, and development. He also has expertise in how to create jobs in a globalized economy. He used to be the Commissioner of Agriculture in Lagos State. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure here to welcome the 15th Oniru of Iru land, His Royal Majesty Oba Omobolahan Lawal Abisogun II.
Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, my mentor, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, CCFR. May I humbly request to stand on already established protocol. The people and government of Lagos State have long awaited the day when the dream to build a road linking all the littoral states will become a reality. And today, the 26th of May 2024 is the day that the Lord has chosen. Although Nigeria is committed to the construction of a network of trans-African roads, the initial steps towards achieving the audacious dream that we are all witnessing today was well nurtured by our visionary president, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. I recall with nostalgia many years ago when I was the aide-de-camp to Mr. President when he was the governor of Lagos State. Then, Mr. President and his other colleagues from Cross River and Delta had a meeting. The meeting was at Akodo, was Southern Governors meeting. It was at that meeting that Mr. President and his colleagues from the Southern Nigeria initiated Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road. Mr. President, sir, this project remained on the drawing board until recently when Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, took that audacious step to bring this lofty dream to reality. Interestingly, in my over 10 years as a member of the Lagos State Executive Council, Lagos State government has always made provisions for the right of way consistent with the planned coastal road. Today, I stand here with so much joy and pride that the start point of this audacious infrastructural development is right here in my kingdom, Iro Kingdom. It is instructive to note that in the time that we have all waited for this dream superhighway, land business and economic activities along the road corridor increase comparatively with our exponential population growth. The project right of way for this coastal road has been reasonably impacted by intensive socio-economic development. I must commend the Honorable Minister for Works, His Excellency Senator David Umahi, TON, for the tactful and ingenious way he handled the issue of right of way and compensation for impacted land and property owners. He did a lot of stakeholders mapping, which was very important. He consulted all the stakeholders. That is why you have found us in large numbers here today. Alongside my brother kings, Kábíyèsí Elegushi, Kábíyèsí Ojomu, Kábíyèsí Onisolu, to Ìbẹ̀jú Lekki, and the people of Okun-Aja, where this development will impact. We not only took ownership of the project, I want to assure Mr. President, but we will also work assiduously to eliminate all bottlenecks towards an inch-free delivery of the project, particularly in our respective domains. In the course of my interaction with the Honorable Minister, I have come to better understand this project we have on numerous sectors across Nigeria. Mr. President, distinguished guests, it will not be right if I concluded my remarks without underscoring the fact that this has been a very difficult period for a sizable number of our people. From the loss of properties, jobs, and livelihood, the people of Iroland, Ikate, Ajiran, Okun-Aja, down to Ìbẹ̀jú and Ise, and indeed other communities from kilometer 0 to 47 have paid a very heavy price for this project to see the light of the day, which has taken away from, amongst others, a cognizable element of our social cultural heritage. We strongly believe that Nigeria will recognize that the people of these communities are again making a significant and selfless contribution towards national development, as we have always done since the era of the colonial regime. The overall impact of this road project to the economic and infrastructure development of Nigeria far outweighs the pains associated with the loss of properties and livelihood. Our fervent prayer is that this project is completed in record time, Honorable Minister, for all of us to enjoy the benefits and derive the impact this 700 kilometers road will bring to our different states and communities. Finally, Mr. President, we all eagerly await the time that we can drive from Lagos to Calabar on this road project. And I'm sure the Senate President will be very happy with this road also. Also, I humbly urge the federal government to meet the yearnings of our people for adequate compensation for the sacrifices being made to bring this project to fruition. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for listening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Captain. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, everybody who's spoken here has spoken in glowing language with regards to high-tech construction. The chairmen are here, Messrs. Gilbert and Ronald Shagori. Once again, I say thank you very much for being here. Thank you. Thank you. This company was established in 1988, and since then, they've been providing and delivering to coastal erosion across West Africa. They are market leaders in roadworks, bridges, drainages, and even airport runway. The managing director is here, a civil engineer. I'd like to welcome here Mr. Danny Abud to please speak to us for 2 minutes.
Your Excellency, Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, CFR, Your Excellencies, Honorable Ministers, Your Majesties and Royal Highnesses, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. On behalf of Hightech Construction Company Limited, we are honored to be selected to execute this landmark project. Your vision, Your Excellency, the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, under the renewed Hope administration led by Your Excellency and supervised by the Federal Ministry of Works, led by Excellency the Honorable Minister, Senator, Engineer Dr. Nweze David Umahi. Hightech is a leader of the continuous reinforced concrete pavement known as CRCP technology in West Africa and have all the plant, equipment and manpower to execute this project. And we would like to commit that we are to execute this project within the time frame given to us and even earlier, as well as any other project to the international standard. Once again, on behalf of the management and staff of Hightech Construction Company Limited, thank you, Your Excellency.
The man spoke like an engineer, precision, straight to the point, less than 2 minutes, and was on. Let's appreciate him with a round of applause. Thank you. Your Excellency, Mr. President, our next speaker is copying from your book. I think anytime you drop your book of ideas, he copies like page 1 and 3. He is the governor of Imo State, so while you are constructing roads across the country, he's also doing about 135 kilometers across rural areas in Imo State, amongst others. To him, the reconstruction, rehabilitation, and recovery of Imo is a mandate that must be done. Please welcome here His Excellency Hope Uzodinma.
Your Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, CCFR, President and Commander, Nigerian Armed Forces. Your Excellency, the Senate President, Senator Godswill Abiodun, my dear brothers, governors of the sub-national entities who are here today with Mr. President for the commissioning of this very brilliant project. Let me, with due humility, align with the protocol list established by our host governor, the governor of Lagos State. And once more, congratulate Mr. President. Every speaker that came to the microphone have eulogized the President for this brilliant idea and the creative leadership he has provided for the past 1 year. Mine is to add that the presence of the governors of the subnational entities here today is a testimony to the national acceptance of this coastal road going from Lagos to Calabar as a national project. We've come to support Mr. President. Like the Master of Ceremony said, he's a mentor to almost all of us. And the pace and the mark he left in Lagos State is not easy to copy. We are struggling to be like him. Beyond infrastructural development, Mr. President, there are some other dividends of democracy which are considered the intangibles that have come with the various bold and courageous policies we've rolled out since he emerged as the President of Nigeria. We are very happy that the Nigerian company is the company that is doing this project, thereby not only increasing and improving the local content development, it will create also additional jobs to our teeming young men and women who are roaming the streets before he emerges as the President. Mr. President, the student loan is a very big idea, and that project may not be a physical project, but has impacted so much on all the families and students who have been struggling for lack of funding to be able to access quality education. Mr. President, it is a job well done. Part of the way you have handled in a very statesmanship manner the issue of the removal of petroleum subsidy, which almost crippled the economy of this country. Are we talking about the energy transition? That you have rolled out a policy that makes it now mandatory for all government offices to only buy vehicles that will use clean energy. I can go on and on and on, but I think we have seen a leader that is a statesman, a leader with courage, a leader that is bold, and a leader who have shown pragmatism in governance. I want to join the millions of Nigerians who have been searching and looking for quality leadership, who have not seen one in Mr. President, to congratulate Nigeria, and once more assure you that the subnational government will continue to support your administration and give you all you will need as an encouragement to take Nigeria to the next level. May God bless all of us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the Governor of Imo State. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker is a governor. This role passes through his state. And as far as he is concerned, he believes, like other experts, that when the road is good, the beauty is not in the destination, it is in the journey. As far as he is concerned, with this coastal highway, prosperity beckons for Nigeria. Please join us. I welcome here His Excellency the Governor of Ogun State. Please welcome His Excellency Mr. Dapo Oluseun Abiodun CON. Of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, the President, the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, my brother governors using the Governor of Lagos State as a point of courtesy, the Foreign Minister of Works, all other ministers that are here, our KBCs, the contractors that have started implementing this very laudable project, all other very eminent and distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed a pride and an honor for me to stand here as a witness to the groundbreaking ceremony of this very laudable, incredible, well thought out project that we are all witnessing today. Mr. President, this road will be one of your indelible legacies, as no administration will come again to construct another coastal road. This is the only coastline that we have in Nigeria. This road is connecting the financial capital of Nigeria, Lagos, connecting 8 other states. If
infrastructure is the key enabler to economic transformation. And Mr. President, you have demonstrated this when you were governor of Lagos State, and you have continued to demonstrate this as the president of Nigeria. Not only will this road connect our different states, it would also ease the travel time for people, for goods and services. This road, like Governor of Lagos State rightly acknowledged, will also open that tourism that we have launched, searched to ensure that we open Nigeria too. Mr. President, posterity will be very kind to you. You thought of this project, you conceived it, and not only have you begun implementation, you've ensured that you started that implementation within your first year in office, underscoring that commitment to the renewed Hope Initiative. This road will provide thousands of employment for our youths crisscrossing each state. So I want to thank you for giving us the right fit for purpose Minister of Works, who continues to be on top of his game. I also want to thank the ministry for awarding this road to an indigenous contractor that has demonstrated capacity. Like the governor of Lagos State was saying earlier, that when he rode in with you, he could not hold back that nostalgic feeling, remembering what Bad Beach used to look like under your watch. And you ensured that this same company was mandated to reclaim Bad Beach. Not only did they reclaim Bad Beach and stop the coastal erosion, but they've turned that place into a city. So without a doubt, they are the right contractor for the job. Sir, on behalf of the entire people and government of Ogun State, I believe that we are either the first or second beneficiary of this laudable project, Lagos being the number one. I want to thank you for implementing this 700-kilometer laudable project. And I want to assure you, sir, that all issues relating to right of way stand resolved. We stand with you. God keep you. God bless you. God give you divine health. Thank you very much for listening to me, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the Governor of Ogun State. Some people that love to travel by road will tell you that road trips are one of life's little and best luxuries. Road trips are good for the soul and truly amazing way of enjoying life. Our next speaker understands this. No wonder only recently he inspected the Ilorin of 42.5 kilometers road construction. And copying from you, Your Excellency, is also building a 700 kilometers road in Kwara State. Not only is he the governor of Kwara State, he's also the chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum. Please join us. Welcome here, His Excellency Abdurrahman Abdulrazak.
And Commander-in-Chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, DCFR. Chairman of the National Assembly, Godswill Akpabio. The Deputy Speaker of the Federal House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu. Our host, the Governor of Lagos State, Excellency Babajide Sanwo-Olu. The Chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum, the Governor of Imo State, Excellency Uzodinma, the Governors of Yobe State, Ogun State, Sokoto State, Ondo State, Katsina State, and the Deputy Governors of Lagos and Ebonyi States, the Chief of Staff to the Mr. President,
members of the Federal Executive Council here present, the chairman of the All Progressive Congress, His Excellency Abdullahi Ganduje, Ambassador Gabriel Chagori, and members of the Diplomatic Corps, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, the President of the Dangote Group, top government functionaries, traditional rulers, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. President, Your Excellencies, I followed the contrived controversies, I repeat contrived controversies around this historic project that Your Excellency is about to flag off today. But no one who is familiar with the histories of life-changing projects as this should be surprised with the volume of noise. In the early 1960s, when the Ghanaian legend Kwame Nkrumah conceived the idea of the Accra-Tema motorway, he was ridiculed, embarrassed, but he did resist all the attacks on him. Some called the project a white elephant. He was called names and had all odds stacked against him. He proceeded to do the project because he saw what they never saw. And indeed that's what Mr. President is seeing in this project, what Nkrumah saw on the Tema-Accra highway. Many decades down the line, the Accra-Tema highway remains the only motorway in Ghana today. Ghana is struggling to replicate what Nkrumah did many years ago, in fact, over 60 years ago. Bringing us closer home, Your Excellency may also recall that the late sage, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, as a Federal Commissioner for Finance, had suggested that the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway should be 10 lanes. He was not criticized as well and told that we didn't have enough vehicles to ply the road. The road was later awarded as a dual carriageway, and today it's grossly inadequate to carry the traffic we have. Visionaries never get easy passage to push through the progressive agenda without a dogged fight from different interest groups, especially partisan interests. It's my appeal that Your Excellency do everything possible to make this dream and others like the Badagry-Sokoto Expressway a reality. People of Nigeria, including generations unborn, will look back and remember a certain President Tinubu who saw what many did not see. I therefore commend Your Excellency for this bold step and urge you to see through the project. History will not forget you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, very quickly, let me bring in here a former governor. While he was governor of Kano State, the 3-in-1 flyover became some of his legacy projects. To open up the rural areas of Kano State, he had over 500 kilometers of road trying to open up the rural areas. He's a man that is focused and passionate about development. He's the chairman of APC. Please welcome here His Excellency Dr. Umaru Ganduje.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Your Excellency, the Senate President and the Chairman of National Assembly, the Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives, please allow me to maintain the existing protocol because of the time factor. Your Excellency, on behalf of our great party, members of the National Working Committee of our party and all members of APC in the country, I would like to congratulate you for this very important project. Thirdly, there is no doubt this is a legacy project. This is a signature project. And this is a project that we can call a game changer. Because it's a project that will transform the socio-economic development, not only across the 8 states that have been mentioned, but across the whole country and even our neighboring countries. Your Excellency, when I first heard about this project, as a former commissioner of works 25 years ago, I said to myself, I hope the politics of compensation will not stall this project. But so happily, I saw the Honorable Minister of Works having dialogue with stakeholders on compensation. I said, this minister, he knows the road, and we are sure he can construct the road. Your Excellency, we have to congratulate you for this. Our party has enough ingredients to inform members of the public about what our government is doing. We have enough ingredients to educate members of the public. In fact, to some extent, we can even entertain members of the public about our gigantic projects and programs. Your Excellency, I have to congratulate the Honorable Minister of Works for introducing a new technology in trying to provide road infrastructure. There's no doubt this concrete pavement system will save us a lot from repeating reconstruction of our roads because of the duration, long duration that it will have. Also, it will prevent us, it will save us from the importation of bitumen. In addition to that, it is indicated that our local ingredients can be put into use. Your Excellency, I also have to congratulate the Honorable Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy because of the reforming system on how we make use of our revenues, how we expend our revenues. So this new system of revenue credit, I think is a system that removes bureaucratic obstacles in trying to manage our capital projects. Your Excellency, on behalf of APC, I congratulate you. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you, Your Excellency. And now finally, before the Honorable Minister of Works speak to us, let me welcome here the story in Akwa Ibom State says after the time of architect Victor Atta, this man is responsible for the modern day Akwa Ibom. When you come down from the airport and you see the paved road and everything, he is the creator of modern Akwa Ibom. That's why they call him the uncommon governor. He has become the uncommon Senate President. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please join me as I welcome here the Senate President and Chairman of the National Assembly, distinguished Senator Goswill Obot Akwa.
To God be the glory. Mr. President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, let me rest on the already established protocol because of time. Mr. President, we came to flag off a coastal road covering over 8 states, 8 littoral states in Nigeria, 700 kilometers, that will bring economic prosperity. Every nation prays to abort by the sea the wealth of all nations
are in the sea. So what we have done today is to open Nigeria to the sea to enable us to bring out the wealth to the hinterlands. So for that, we congratulate you. Mr. President, I was discussing with one of the directors and founders of Hightech, the construction company, my brother Roland Jakuri. And I mentioned that all over the world, they teach you how to fight fire. Nobody teaches you how to fight water. So what was the dream behind the Atlantic City? And he said, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And then I asked him again. I said, so when you were overflying Lagos, how did you come to notice that the curve of the forest was actually like banana, now known as Banana Island? And you move in there, and today, people cannot even see property to buy. It's a major success story. He said, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Then I said, okay, the Atlantic City you are fighting, how do you hope to succeed? He said, go and ask him. Because I actually thought, I said, it's only a mad person that will go and start fighting the ocean. But today, you see high rises all over the place, which means that the world is all about dreams. So I want to congratulate you for living your dream. It would have been a tragedy if Nigeria did not compensate you a major opposition to poor governance and bad governance in Nigeria with the presidency of this country. So I congratulate you. And you notice that your presidency was not a function of Lagos or Southwest. No. My party, the APC, even lost the presidential election in Lagos. But Nigerians who already know your history and who already have an idea of who you are, the transformative leader, elected you unanimously across the nation. If 2023 election was difficult, Mr. President, with the kind of steps you have taken in the last 1 year, I can assure you that you'll be snoring on your bed when you will be declared the second-term president in 2027. So again, I want to say congratulations in advance. You know, Frank Fanon, a German philosopher, once looked around and said, every generation must, out of absolute obscurity, discover their mission. And when they discover that mission, they either fulfill it or they betray it. You have discovered your mission. Your mission is to transform Nigeria. Your mission is to transform the lives of Nigerians. Your mission is to put food on the table of Nigerians. But then, you have not betrayed it. Look at the students' loan scheme that the governor of Imo State just spoke about. A lot of people probably heard about it in developed countries. Nobody thought of implementing it here. When I used to hear of Coastal Road, it was mostly on the pages of newspapers. But I did not know it could become a reality in my time. As I was driving down here, I thought we were going to a place where there will be sand, and then we'll now do the groundbreaking. But I started driving on part of the Coastal Road. I've already taken over 3 kilometers, already done. So if you are in this kind of path, I can tell you, the country is in good shape. I tell my people that if you are on the bush track and you are escorted by the lion, how can you be afraid of goats? You can't be afraid of goats because the lion is behind you. You see, in this country, Nigerians are behind you. Nigerians are behind you. Don't be afraid of those who will criticize. Tomorrow they will come to see. You know, I was talking to Aliko Dangote. Look at the Oshodi Road. Oshodi, Oworinshiki, Apapa Road. Nobody thought of going to that area. And more than 80% of the big men there move out of Apapa GRA. But today, I'm sure they are going to struggle to go back there. The construction is fantastic. I was there on behalf of the federal government, and I have seen what he has done. The job is now completed. Even the renovation of the 10 Mainland Bridge is something that we must give kudos to Governor Mai. So it wasn't just that you were doing magic in Ebonyi State. You were actually doing what you know how to do. So congratulations. Mr. President, the National Assembly is solidly behind you. I don't care what anybody says. We are solidly behind you. And a few days ago we were debating, and we came to the conclusion that we must go ahead to amend the Bureau of Public Procurement Act. A situation where you want to construct a road of 100 billion and you start by putting 2 billion this year, it means you will finish the job in 50 years. So we must be in a position to budget in a way that we also look at the tenure of the presidency and look at the tenure of the federal government. Otherwise, most of the reasons why we have over 14,000 abandoned projects in Nigeria is because of budgeting. The budgeting process is totally flawed. How can somebody think of spending 500 billion on a project and you start this year with 5 billion? That means by the time you get to 500 billion, it will be 50 years. Many of us will have gone by that time, and nobody will remember who started them. So, Mr. President, the executive must bring an amendment bill to the Bureau of Public Procurement Act so that we amend it to ensure that every project you start will be completed in record time within 5 years from today. That is our commitment. And finally, Mr. President, my brother Tajuddin Abbas sent the Deputy Speaker to represent him here and sing the galaxy of stars of our governors who are also doing well, and then being represented by the National Assembly. I want you to be rest assured, sleep well, that your people are with you. The National Assembly is with you. We'll do everything possible to ensure that you succeed. Congratulations, Mr. President, and for Hightech, congratulations, and for Dangote, congratulations. We will collectively pray for you and pray for the whole country that, yes, indeed, all your dreams and aspirations for this country will come to pass. And today, Nigerian children, the vulnerable, can now go to school. They can have degrees in future because of what? The students' loans and other projects that we are putting in place. And very soon, Badagry all the way to Sokoto will now be started. And then at the end, the country will be the better for it. And I also understand the road is going toward Merugui. And then, Mr. President, all you need to do for me, so I can go back to Niger Delta Star, is to make sure that the governor of mine starts also from the Calabar section. So that's all we are asking, so that we don't wait for 700 years before it gets to the Calabar side. So let us start the two simultaneously, and God Almighty will blend your efforts with success. Congratulations, and thank you for listening to me.
He is uncommon in every respect. Let's put our hands together one more time for him, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody said the other day that perfection is not attainable. But if you chase perfection, you can catch excellence. Excellence is not a skill, but it is an attitude. The will to win, the desire to succeed, the urge to reach your full potential, and the aim to sacrifice all. All of this describe one man. Like the Senate President said, when he did it in Abakaliki and all the environs of Ebonyi State, people thought, is it a flash in the pan? But he has taken on a national assignment, and he has become the poster boy in Africa for road construction. It is my pleasure and honor to welcome here the superstar of the moment, the Honorable Minister of Works. Please welcome Senator Dr. Engineer Dave Umahi.
Your Excellency, dear President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria. May I stand on order protocols in place. Excellency, Mr. Senate President, let me announce to you that Mr. President had already directed that we start sections 3 and 4 from Cross River and Akwa Ibom, and the side is almost completed. Your Excellency, Mr. President, my job has been done in the sense that the topic has been introduced. And I will not waste my time in discussing about the merits of this your legacy projects. But let me, Mr. President, remind you whom you are. an uncommon thinker and a courageous leader. Mr. President, let me remind you that very close to where we are now was when we had terrible issues, when the ocean surge almost wiped away the entire Victoria Island. And Mr. President, with the governor of Lagos State, I'm thinking of you started. And Mr. President, not only that you shut the mouth of the ocean, you also turned the disgrace of the ocean, where the entire Victoria Island was to perish. You turn it to grace. Today, Eco Atlantic is born, and we must give kudos to the only indigenous company that had the audacity to say, yes, Mr. President, we could do it. And that was Hightech Construction, the only indigenous company that agreed to invest. And I remember what one of the directors said. He said, this investment is going to liquidate us. But the then governor of Lagos State insisted that it was doable. And today, we have Eco Atlantic, courtesy of Mr. President, and the man that had the courage for the love of the country, the Hightech Company Limited. Mr. President, let me remind you that when you were the governor of Lagos State, you were not just thinking for Lagos State. And that's what gave birth to the deep sea port that is almost completed. Mr. President, we were spending a lot of money because of the shallow depth of the Apapa seaport. And you dreamt of having a seaport where we could have ships coming into there without doing transshipment. Before now, we were doing transshipment from Benin Republic and also far away, where Nigeria was spending billions of naira and dollars to do transshipment. Today, our great thinker, our great leader, our courageous leader, we have the deep sea port courtesy of you. When we talk about concrete road, Mr. President, you look at the water situation in Victoria Island, you introduce the interlocking concrete ties, which is another kind of concrete road technology. Today, it is taking a new shape in the policy of Ministry of Works. We have used that interlocking concrete ties in many of our road works. Let me commend you, Mr. President, for laying a very solid foundation for Lagos' new mega city. We have the rails, we have the roads, we have all your dreams coming true. And yet, you dreamt about the coastal road. And with your coastal state governors, the governors of Ogun State, Ondo State, Edo State, Bayelsa State, Rivers State, Akwa Ibom State, and Cross River State, they were in agreement supporting you for the coastal road to take off. However, it wasn't time. It wasn't time for the coastal road to take off. And God has smiled on you that as Mr. President of the entire country, that you are the one that is laying the foundation stone of this your lofty dream. And I want to commend you very highly, Mr. President. Mr. President, you're here to flag off the 700-kilometer Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road. It's built in 6/10 lanes, where we have a lot of infrastructure, where we have urban development. We are doing 10 lanes. And the road is done with 11 inches concrete pavement using Y20 reinforcement. The project is procured and is to be completed in sections. First section, we've done over 1.3 kilometers completed, and that's what we came in through. And the second section is been awarded, which is going to stop at the border between Ogun and Ondo, which means that By the time we do the second session, the entire Lagos and Ogun being completed. And like I said before, Mr. President had directed that section 3 and 4 be started at Cross River and Akwa Ibom, and design is completed, and very soon we will start procurement. Let me announce that all due process were properly and highly followed. Both the SIA, both the budgetary provision, they are all followed. And like Mr. Senate President said, we are going to benefit from the supplementary budget so that we will have the funds. That is our counterpart funding. Let me announce that the project was procured on EPC plus F. That's engineering, procurement, construction plus finance, which means there is going to be external funding. And our own part is to do 30% funding, and that is what we have deployed to award some of the sections. Let me also announce that this Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway has 2 spurs, and the spurs are the Sokoto-Badagry. Sokoto-Badagry is going through KB, Niger, Kwara, Oyo State, Ogun State, and Lagos. And the total commitment from Kwara State to Sokoto is a total of 758 kilometers. The second spur is a point from the African Trans-Sahara that is passing through Ebonyi State, 46 kilometers, and traversing through Benue State, through Kogi State, through Nasarawa State, and then ending at Abuja, and that is 461 kilometers. All the 3 legacy projects of Mr. President, they all have train tracks. Lagos-Calabar has train tracks at the middle, 25 meters width. The rest of the other 2 have train tracks by the side, and they are all procured in 6 and way occasion demands in 10 lanes. Let me commend Mr. President for his commitment in all the inherited projects since May 29th. All the projects have been kept alive. However, we are doing prioritization when the supplementary comes so that we have some projects completed before May 29, 2025. Let me also say, Mr. President, that since May 29th, 2023, we have over 40 new projects ongoing throughout the 6 geopolitical zones. Today, we have selected some of the roads and bridges to represent the race of the new projects for Mr. President to flag off. Lastly, Mr. President, when you came to office, we have very terrible situation where the interstate roads were cut into 2. Some bridges were at the verge of being totally destroyed. And we approached you, Mr. President, and we listed 330 roads and bridges. Today, not only that you funded it, but over 60% is being completed. We will be providing the representatives in the geopolitical zone, Mr. President, for you to flag off. Let me lastly commend very, very highly Hightech Construction Company Limited. Mr. President, we have paid all the compensation 6, and we have realigned the route to save all the network of all communication companies as you directed. And we have had to redesign and realign so that to put, human face as you directed, within the alignment. And I want to commend Hightech for being very committed in the affairs of the country, not placing, financial interests ahead of, the interests of the people. Any other company would have demanded to vary the contract as you realign this route. But I want to commend them very highly for quality job. Today we have 4 concrete paver machines we are deploying. We are not just starting from one point, we are starting this section 1 in about 4 locations. At the end of the project, we are about starting concreting. So the target is to finish this section 1, not in 36 months, but in 24 months, so that, Mr. President, you will commission this first section of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway within the next second year in office, and we shall toll it and we begin to recover, do return on investment. So it is with great privilege that I invite Mr. President to make his speech and lay the foundation stone for Lagos Calabar, and also the design as approved by FEC of Sokoto Badagry Highway and the point on African Trans-Sahara to Abuja, and also the new projects of Mr. President. Mr. President, sir.
Please, you may be seated, please. The Senate President. Thank you for all you've done today. The Speaker, represented by the Deputy Speaker, all members of the National Assembly are present. Our host governor of Lagos State, Sanwo-Olu, present, particularly the chairman of Nigerian Governors Forum and the chairman of the Progressive Governors, Governor Abdulrazak and Governor Hope Uzodinma. All other governors here present, that of Ondo, Ogun, Yobe, Sokoto, and Katsina. Rada. I could see many of my cabinet members here present, all ministers, and particularly the Minister of Works, who had been diligent and very effective engineer David Umahi. I say thank you very much. You have not disappointed us. I equally salute the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Works, and particularly the raft on which we ride our way through the storm, the Minister for Economic Planning and Budget, Agudu Bagudu. The national chairman of our party, Alhaji Umar Ganduje, all the royal fathers,
particularly Oniru, Elegushi, and many of the white cap chiefs. Thank you. For what you have been doing and what you represent in this environment, demonstrating great understanding and being good members of our community, showing deep commitment to development. Everybody, they say, wants a good highway, but no one wants it to go through their backyard or through their land. I thank you tremendously. The chairman of Hightech, Ambassador Gilbert Chaguri, and my partner in daring, Engineer Roland Chaguri. We work together to tame the Atlantic and turn a disaster into a great asset of great value. Together, we lost weight, we took abuses, but we tamed the Atlantic. We achieve our goals. Here again, we are in it together. Thank you, Roland, for being who you are. A particular stakeholder responsible corporate leader Aliko Dangote, thank you for understanding your faith and investment in Africa and the capacity, enduring capacity to navigate the storming water business. Yes, Nigeria is going through a patch. But we depend on you to continue to invest so that other people will emulate and copy your example. Thank you, Aliko. Distinguished senators, to me, today is my day to brag. Whether you like it or not, you are here. And the hope is here. So, what else? If you have hope, you have Rahman, you have Ashwaju, and you have Dave. The deal is done. The dream is realizable.
set on a journey determined to build a nation of prosperity. Embark on bold endeavor so that your country can be successful. Generations yet unborn can have a good landmark and memory to treasure and good understanding to copy, good education to promote the other generations. I said earlier, it's my bragging day. We said, we will do this road. We are determined to do it. The way we are going, we have a road that will outlast us and outlive all of us here present. That is how to build the future. The project is just more than a mere road. It's a symbol of hope, unity, and prosperity. It will connect communities, bring prosperity to people, create opportunity for millions. We are at it. Looking to the right side of the road, you have opportunities. Hold on to the left side of it, you have prosperity. For our nation to excel, we just have to be bold and courageous in our endeavors. Thanks to Hightech for believing in us and believing in the country, Nigeria. Not just talking about Lekki, Deep Sea Port and other economic opportunity along that coast. What a 700-kilometer road, concrete paved road, will bring is just more than imaginable. I go on the next 10 benefits of Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway. During the period of construction, the road will provide direct employment for thousands of people and indirect employment for tens of thousands of artisans and more.
economic opportunity for millions is being opened. It will fast track the community development. It will bring development closer to the people and give 30 million people improved access to production and marketing centers. You can easily predict a journey vertically and go along the horizontal line and do the definition of your geometry. For free movement of people, geometry teaches us that a straight line is the shortest distance between 2 points. Go for it. How can you exploit the maritime industry of this country? If you don't embark on bold endeavors. Luckily, you read in the papers that the United Nations has just approved the extension of Nigeria continental shelf. Take advantage of it. To me, establishment of more export processing zones along the coastal states is a must. The security in our region will be improved. Don't even just talk of tourism. This is an endeavor that you cannot just estimate the opportunity that awaits us. You don't have to travel again to Miami and all that. We have a better weather and more sunshine, and then you can open various shops and economic warehouses. We will protect the shoreline. And I'm glad Ondo governor is here. He's been running away from the ocean surge. I wonder whether you were able to campaign there yet. The potential of this road is enormous. And we have 2 spurs which will link up the Badagry-Sokoto Expressway. It's under procurement activities right now. I hope the PRAMSEC works will accelerate the action and design on this, Dave. The financial model is being spelled out. I commend the Honorable Minister of Works once again. Like I said, it's my bragging day. Don't be afraid. We will do this road. 700 kilometers. Process for Nigeria, and we do more of this. You and I together
the whole Nigeria a very bold endeavor. Please share with me. Share in the joy. I am a very happy man today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the President. Before we take the national anthem, we just want to announce that immediately after the national anthem, everybody after the first row, please be on your seat. People on the first row will follow His Excellency, the President, to go and do the flag off, both physical and virtual. And then we'll be going. So shall we rise now for the national anthem? Excellency the President and members of the first row, please, for the flag off, both physical and virtual. The rest of us, please, let's go back to our seats.
Tẹ́lẹ̀ nínú orin tó ré kọjá ẹni Ọlọ́run fẹ́ lọ́mọ èèyàn fẹ́ ẹ máa yọ́nú sí mi àgbàtọ̀mọdé ẹ máa yọ́nú sí mi o ọkùnrin tóbìnrin ẹ yọ́nú sí mi ẹni bá yọ́nú sí mi ṣọ́ọ̀jù ìyọ́nú Ọlọ́run ọba ìyọ́nú Ọlọ́run.
face it, please, sorry, please, just take the face.
Open up, yeah. Open up already.
Back from the live telecast. We'll now continue with our regular programs. Stay tuned. Welcome back from the live telecast. We'll now continue with our regular programs. Stay tuned.
In reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government. I will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking